Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's video is going to be me sharing some great tips on how to get started flipping furniture. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we dive in and I start giving you all my tips, let me just talk to you for just a minute about my membership group. I offer a paid coaching membership group. It is a monthly, no obligation, so you can quit at any time or you can stick around for the long haul. What I offer in this group, and let me tell you, the name of the group is called The Barnyard. The Barnyard is a group of like-minded creatives that I have brought together, and we are able to meet once a week with lives. We have guest speakers. I offer you resources for free that I do not provide to the public, and I'm constantly updating those resources to help your business grow. We have a private Facebook group that you get to belong to as well, where you can connect with these other like-minded creatives. It is a small group right now. We have about 35 women. It is open to women and men. Any creative is welcome. And here is where you get to share your successes, ask your advice, share your tips, bounce ideas off of one another. Look, I'm not the only person in the group that knows anything, so it's a great way to connect with others and make friendships. All right, let's do this. Let's get started with tip number 10. Number 10, don't be afraid to get started. That is where most people get caught up, is they're trying to get it perfect. They're trying to make sure they have everything in place. Let me tell you, when I first started, I had none of that. I wasn't perfect. I had nothing in place. And if actually you go look at my first piece of furniture, I'll see if I can find a picture and pop it up here on the screen, or you go back and you look at my first 10, 15 YouTube videos, far from perfect. Just get started. Number 9, competition. Realize you're gonna have competition no matter what you choose to do in life. What you choose to do with it is completely different. Learn to embrace it. Be inspired by it. Make friends with those people that do what you're doing. Listen, I get asked all the time, aren't you worried you teach people how to do things? You're showing people your top techniques. You're sharing the products you use. Aren't you worried these people are your competition and they're going to steal your business? Absolutely not. Because here's the one thing I will tell you. Set yourself apart. Everybody's got a different style and a different personality, and we're all drawn to one another for different reasons. This tip, number 8, is one that I cannot tell you enough. You have to spend some money to make some money. The sooner you realize that, the sooner you realize you'll allow yourself to grow. Now, with that being said, keep in mind, when I buy my furniture, I'm cheap. I tell people right up front, and I try to negotiate the best deal that I can. So, realize that spending some money is going to make you some money. Speaking of money, a little bonus tip that I will tell you guys. I get asked all the time, what is my average profit? Now, I've been doing this 7 years, so that has changed and that has grown because I put a lot more into my pieces than I did in the beginning. I've learned a lot more. I have grown a lot. When I very first started, I was happy to double my profit. And then I started climbing up the ladder, triple, quadruple, 5 times, 6 times. What I can tell you, after 7 years of doing this, I don't do a project that's going to double me the profit. My projects average between 5 to 9 times the amount of profit. So this part is super important to listen to. And this is, I'm going to be honest with you, nobody's going to create a successful business for you. You have to do it yourself. Be your own advocate, which means you're going to have to work for it. Research, learn, find a mentor, join free groups, get paid coaching. All of these things are going to help you get to that next level. All right, next tip, make sure that you are not underestimating yourself or undercutting yourself. I see this so often and it drives me crazy. Somebody works really hard, they're proud of their work and they're confident and they're selling it for next to nothing. Don't undercut yourself. Don't underestimate what you can get for a piece. This next tip ties into the previous one, and that is know your worth and get it. I cannot preach this enough. Now, it does take time, and I get that. You're not going to bust out of the gate being the most confident in your pricing in the very beginning, but make sure that you know your worth and you're getting it. When you're spending 7 hours on a piece and you've put in $75 worth of product, make sure you're getting your worth out of it. What we put into our creativeness is not just the time and the product costs. People are paying for our creativeness, so make sure you are getting what you're worth. Next tip, know your market. This is super important on how you're going to price out your own pieces. Know your market. Survey it. I do it every day. I look at what things are selling for that are like mine, and I figure out where I fit in. Now, that doesn't mean you just pull what somebody else is selling and put that sticker price on it. No, develop your own price. That goes back to knowing your worth. If you're confident in your work and you use the best of the best products and you know that your time is worth more than, let's say someone's asking $200 for a similar product, and you know it's worth more than that, ask more than that. But just know your market, because you don't want to price yourself under or over where the common market lies. Now, if you do need assistance with that, keep in mind, I do have not only a buying guide, which kind of gives you an idea of what should I buy my furniture for, but I also have a pricing guide that helps you price out what you should sell your pieces. Those can be found on my website, and I will go ahead and put that information down below for you. All right, this next tip is super important from the business aspect of things, and that is set a budget. I can't tell you, from the very beginning I set budgets, whether that was how much money I was going to spend on furniture that month, how much I was going to spend on products that month, how much advertising I was going to go ahead and spend. Make sure you budget your money. Even if you have the smallest little budget, work with that small budget and allocate where that's going to go. If you're going to start this, you need a budget. As you grow, it can grow. All right, and here is my number one tip. The tip that is going to get you a successful business. Not only is that meaning putting in the hard work, but this little thing right here, the know, like, and trust factor. I learned it a long time ago from a coaching group I belong to, and I have put this in place since day one. If people know you, like you, and trust you, they're gonna go with you. Think about shopping for something the way you want to shop for something. For me, I want to go somewhere. I want a quality product. I want somebody who's knowledgeable about the product. And I want somebody who is going to make me feel good when I'm buying the product. That's called a know, like, and trust factor. If you build that with your customers and your potential clients, you will win every time. All right, you guys, that is it. We are at the end of the video. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I so appreciate you being subscribers. If you aren't subscribed, make sure you go hit that subscription button as well as the post notification bell so you can get all of my latest videos and be notified when they're released. If you have any positive comments or questions, make sure you leave them down below. I love engaging with you guys, and I will always get back with you. Thank you again so much for tuning in today, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.